Hi there, I'm going to be giving you guys a brief demonstration of MindTap, including the Canvas integration, which is why I'm started here in Canvas. This is just our sandbox canvas. Your Cypress canvas will look slightly different, but I'm just going to go ahead and click on the intro site course that we have created here. So again, this might look different than yours, but here I am in the modules, and here is just the kind of beginning module. It's kind of mixed up right now because I was adding a few things, but you can see you can organize things by week, by chapter, however you decide to organize things. And these are all activities that I've pulled through from MindTap. So you can do that all at once in one straight shot. You can pull over, if you have everything organized that you want to use in MindTap, you can pull it over in one time, or you might be kind of adding things as you go, or however you decide to use it. But I'll just show you very briefly how it works. You as an instructor have this Cengage tab here. So I'll click on that. Students don't see that, but this is your portal to your MindTap course. So here is where you can select what items you'd like to bring in. So they can be items that are added to the gradebook or not. So they can be practice items, they can be reading, whatever you'd like to add. So I'll just go ahead. I wanted to add something that hadn't been added quite yet. So I'll add this right here. This watch chapter 2. So this activity, I'm going to click add to course. And then when I do that, it automatically checks add to gradebook. You can uncheck it if you like, but I want to keep it in the gradebook. So I will, again, I'm just clicking one. You could do everything in one fell swoop here, but I'm just going to click confirm sections. And then you can, it just is confirming that I'm adding this to my course, and then it's adding to the gradebook. So I'll be taken very shortly back to my course. There we go. And I can see, you know what's newly added because it does have this imported on that comes through. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove that just to clean things up. And there it is. And then I can drag it to whatever chapter or module I'd like. And then if I go to the grades tab, I will be able to find it in here. There it is, watch chapter 2, research and action. So there it is. These are all of the items that are in the gradebook coming from MindTap. Of course, you can add your own graded items as well. And then I just have one student in here. So your students would all show up down here. And then as soon as they completed the activity, their score would come over to the Canvas gradebook. It's also housed in the MindTap gradebook as well, so they'll be able to see it in there. And it's just a backup for you as well. So let's go back to the course. And so what we normally do is we add a course level link is what we call it. So that's this link here. So this just opens up MindTap, and students can navigate from there. So they can, go wherever they want in MindTap. These other links are links to exact readings or assignments. So it will launch that exact reading or assignment for the student, so they don't have to go looking for it in the MindTap course. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and go into the MindTap course. So this should look somewhat familiar to some of you that have used MindTap in the past. So right now I'm in the weekly view, and this is where students or you as an instructor can see exactly what's due when. So I can see I'm in week 2. I have this one assignment that's graded and due for me. As an instructor, your little graph right here shows how the percentage of students that have completed the assignment. Students will see their grades here, and they can click these links to get directly to those assignments. They can click through the weeks ahead and see what's due up ahead. So you can see, just so you know, that you can set available dates for your students. So this assignment is not available till the 16th, and then it's due on the 17th. So that way you can kind of regulate when your students go in and access it. So students can see that it's due, but they can't access it until the 16th at 3 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and go into the unit view now, and this is all of the content. So you and students have the ability to go from here. I'm just going to go ahead and click on a chapter. I'll click on chapter 5 here. And each chapter is set up pretty much the same. It uses Bloom's taxonomy and it walks students through, the basics and then all the way up into critical thinking activities. So this chapter, it starts off, I just added this just to show you guys that you can add your own content. So I added a PowerPoint in here. This is one of the actual textbook PowerPoints. It's really easy to add your own content. You just click this plus sign here and click add activity. And then you can choose anything from a YouTube video, you can put a link in here, you can put a Questia. So Questia is a library, online library, that you can pull any kind of journal articles, any kind of primary sources, anything like that you can pull from Questia. This is the resource center, so you can pull in a video from our resource center, and then you can pull in your own content. So that's what I did to bring in the PowerPoint. The first activity in every chapter that this is pre-built is mastery training. So this is our adaptive learning platform, and students can do this through the mobile app. They can do this here through MindTap, and this is what Amy went over. It basically helps students learn those foundational concepts. So you can assign this before lecture, and it ensures that they're understanding all of those, it's basically a new language to them, right? So it also uses distributed practice, so it spaces out their studying. They can't just cram and study everything all at once. Okay, next is the reading. So I'll show you the ebook. And this is right where I left off, so it took me there. I was working on this earlier. So any bold and underlined word I can click on, and the definition pops up. I can highlight and take notes in here. And just so you know, too, we do have a MindTap mobile app that is free to download, and students can access the ebook. They can see a calendar of what's due. They can study flashcards, mastery training, and all of these features that I'm showing you in the ebook are available in the app as well. So the note-taking, the Read Speaker app, so if I click this, it would actually read out loud to students. What's a really great study tool for students is the Study Hub. So students can click on notes and highlights, and it organizes all of their notes and highlights for them. So it's an easy place to go to study instead of having to flip through the book to find their notes and highlights. Okay, you as an instructor can also share your notes and highlights with students. So if I wanted to share a note with them, keep putting that, but we'll just put that and I click share and save, it turns orange, and that's how I know, and there's this arrow here that I'm sharing that with my students. So it shows up in their ebooks and it shows up in their Study Hub app as well. I mentioned that you can add YouTube videos, your own content into the learning path. You can also add them here in the ebook. So I'm going to click this pencil so that I go into edit mode. And if I wanted to add something, I can click on any of the plus signs. I can add a YouTube video here. And whatever that YouTube might be. This is actual YouTube. If you click on this, it'll actually show the video. I'm just going to go ahead and say this is the one I want and click continue. And continue. And then it's embedded right here in the ebook without advertisements, and it plays right here. So students aren't sent out anywhere. It's not actually embedded. Okay. So next is, in this chapter is a lab. So there are 6 different labs built so far. They're working on more. So I'll just give you an idea of what the lab looks like. It starts out with 2 very short videos, so I think the total time on these 2 videos is 2 minutes. So I'm just going to go ahead and click on this button to get going. It's just loading here. And when I click on that, the video starts playing. And then there's one other very quick video after that. And then I'm asked to start the experiment. I'm just going to turn the directions off while I do this. So I am deciding how happy or sad or angry these people are. Okay. This takes about 15 minutes. They're going through a lot of iterations here. And just like the actual study itself. And then at the end, they get to see results of their results compared to the actual study's results. And then they answer just a few questions down here. So those are the labs. Next, these are pre-populated, pre-made quizzes for you that you can choose to use. I know you guys usually like to quiz on certain SLOs that you guys have decided on. So you can also create your own quizzes, or we can do that for you based on learning objectives, and you can put those right here in MindTap, and of course have them carry over to Canvas as well. But these are pre-built quizzes if you choose to use them. The next activity in here, these aren't in every chapter, but it's a video activity, so students watch video and then they're stopped at certain spots within the video to answer a question or two. Next is apply. Any of the apply activities use Applia, so that's where they get 3 attempts at a question set, and each of those attempts, the question changes slightly, so they're not doing the same exact thing every time, hopefully learning after they get their feedback each time. Some of the chapters also have a written activity as well available. Okay, so you can see I mentioned the quizzes and tests that you can make yourself, or we can make for you. Here's one right here in, Lauren created a chapter 1 test using chapters 1 through 3. You can use pooling or not, and this they pull from the test bank. So we have the test bank all loaded in here already, and you just pull in, or you let us know what you want and we'll pull it in for you. Okay, so I think that pretty much covers the basics of MindTap. There's a lot to cover, so I hope this just gives you a good idea of MindTap, Angela, and then just a good refresher for the rest of you. Okay, thanks.